Hi guys, this is Merlin, and I'm gonna try to talk about the what I learned today. But the sad thing is, I didn't able to learn something because there was so much work, and I should have uh, recorded this video before before turning into um November November 30. But since though it's not that late, so I'm taking this video. So this video is for last yesterday, November 29. Um, so what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna explain what I learned till now. So so but the this week and like 2 weeks I studied what is bundler 2 weeks ago, and uh, I'm gonna trying to explain what the whole thing, like the summary part. Um, so the what is bundler? Bundler, it just as this is my theory. We can make there's a module type module in the in in the script as script tag, and if you're using module, you can get on the module of the file. You can get on the module file. You can input on the module file, and the problem is that they could this this importing can cause uh more HTTP network. So there was like, why don't we make this code, these codes into one file, like bundle it. It is how it goes. So bundles is really abstract concept. So what I mean abstract concept. Bundle is there's also optimization function, but why React uses bundler? Uh, Optimization, but also transformation of it. So I think that's why we use bundler for the React application. So bundler is really important. Every every framework has a bundler and Webpack and a lot of. We should understand how it works. So it's really impossible to make a like real Webpack or load up to scratch. But the thing is that just we can create only slight little of lightweight of bundler. So this is how it goes. I tried to put cache to only recompile files they only changed. So why? Uh, Actually, when you're trying to see how, if you're using Next.js to deploy your web application, and you were able to see there's a chunk on it. So next static chunk, and you were able to see this kind of file name. Oh, and what is that? Actually, this is I think this is hash name. So what is hash? So hashing is make data make data into fixed size of random string. That is hashing. So why we use hashing? So example, if so the thing is that browser, to understand why we need hashing, we should understand how browser handles the resources. I know there's a cache control to handle the cache, but let's skip it. Um, the thing is that browser caches the resources like HTML image or JavaScript or the other else, but if you're like trying to, if browser caches like example abc.js file, if browser caches, and if you if you change the file abc.js, and you assume the browser will request the new abc.js, but the thing is that browser will not able to create the new request because there's a cache on it. So why we need hashing? So hashing is making the fixed random size render string, right? So the thing is, we after bundle it, the based on the code, the based on the code, this file changed, and you're gonna create a new hash based on the file content. So that's how hashing is working. If there's only slight difference changes, the hash result is kind of different. So example, if you create the abc.js, but there's a hash abc.hash.js, and browser get new requests to the abc.hash.js, and this is why hashing is important. It's really important because I think this is really important because this is resource you should handle the how many resources that it requests or it responds, but hashing is making it the browser to cache to cache it. So hashing is just really important. That's why we need. So in this code, I put crypto in it for the hashing. Create hash SHA-256. Update code like this. So this is why we use hashing. Also, there's a cache advantage of it. Another feature is source map. If you're trying to build it or trying to see the public or static or some kind of dist folder after build, you will able to see CSS with map extension. So what is source? So that's called source map. And what is source map? So source map is actually in the bundle. There's a minification feature. The minification feature is really efficient to reduce the file content, and if there's a reduced file content, there will be reduced resources, the size of it. But why we need source map? If you use minification, but if there's an error, it will not able to see which line has an error. So we're using source map. Source map is just the real representative code of minified code. It's simple. But in the production we don't use source map because there's a leaked code issue. So that is why we use source map. Source map is really simple. Just you put this your file name with a map extension. And next is HTTP server, because a lot of bundler has their own HTTP server, they can run it. So that's why I put HTTP server on the bundler. And next is this is how it works. Next is compression of it. Actually, to optimize the resources size, the compression is very efficient. But the thing is that you might this is also my biggest mistake. I thought if I compress JS file, you just transform the JS file, but it was not. If you're trying to put, there's a compression type of it, compression result type, BR, gzip, and other else. So you can define which output gonna be. Example, gzip, like those kind of thing. So this is really important. And the thing is that why? But if I try to use BR example, BR file type, but how browser will understand as JavaScript? Example, I press JavaScript into BR, so the FR extension name will be abc.js.br. So how browser will understand this BR extension? So how? So actually you can see on the header of it. In the header, there's a response type and there's a content encoding of it. There's a BR on it. So if browser can there's a HTTP content encoding, and if browser receives BR and check the content encoding, if it's BR, browser encodes into BR. So the result is gonna be JavaScript in the browser, but the content encoding is BR. So which means that the server sends the BR type and the browser translate into BR into some kind of JavaScript or HTML or CSS. So this is how it goes. That is why we should understand how content encoding is important and why HTTP server HTTP header is important. Everything is related. Everything's computer science is really basic of the fundamental of the web development or other development. So other things. So why that is why we need to understand what is HTTP and what is not, or some kind of it. So this is end of it. Tomorrow I'm gonna explain more about a little bit, like 3 second feature of it. Bye bye.